I have a problem. This is the little ghost toy I made, Baby Floats. Today I'm going to be making him much bigger. I know what you might be thinking. What's the problem, Frank? Well, I have this really nice 3D printer, the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, but I have no idea how to use it. Like seriously, it's just collecting dust. So I want to challenge myself and put this machine to use. And to do that, this project is going to be broken down into 3 different steps: printing, sanding, and painting. And hopefully I can create something cute for Halloween. So the first thing I'm going to do is download the 3D file. And since I already digital sculpted this design in my previous video, I can just upload that straight into the slicer. And I scaled the model up 400%. That's about the biggest that I can print on this printer. And from here, I'm going to be using the factory support settings. And here's what I got. It says it's going to take about 16 hours to print. I don't know if this looks good or not. Let me know in the comment section. And now I can press print. While that's printing, I'm going to move on to using the resin printer to print the eyes. I'm going to also scale these up 400% and hollow them out. I figured I can get both of it done at the same time. And I remembered to add holes. This will prevent any suctioning going on, and I can clean the print inside. Since these parts aren't very detailed, they're just round, I'm going to go with the auto support setting. These areas are just going to get sanded down really good anyways. Now we can fire up this printer and get those eyes printed. And after 6 hours, it was successful. Now I can clean and cure them. Let's just hope they fit. Moving on to the other printer, well, we got this weird failure, so it stopped. I have no idea why, but I gave it another try and I just got the same issue. And I was curious if anyone had this issue before, so I did some research and really couldn't find anything. And after wasting a full day waiting on the second print, I decided to reach out to a guy that knows these machines very well to see what he thought. My good old Uncle Jesse. This guy's got tons of resources for 3D printing, and after sharing about what was going on, he's never had this issue. It was really odd, but here's what I think happened. For some reason, the spool of filament kept getting caught on itself, causing it to stop running in the nozzle, which is really strange. I don't know if it's just a bad spool of filament. And I'm glad I reached out because he saw what I was doing and thought it was madness. So he provided me with a few settings I can try with the next print. If you're not already, go subscribe to his channel. You're gonna learn so much about 3D printing through all the work that he's been covering. So the only thing that I can think of is to change out the gray spool, and hopefully I don't get this problem. Which I did, and guess what? It was successful. But I didn't use Uncle Jesse's settings because I printed this right before he gave me all the help. Look how huge this is compared to the tiny resin. Now I can start sanding this little ghost. I mean, big ghost. And after a few hours of sanding, here's what it looks like. You can see all the layer lines on top of the head where the print started. Because I'm using a white filament, it's really hard to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to primer it gray, and this will give me some help. I was thinking while I was sanding about what the differences may look like with the settings that Uncle Jesse sent me. So I decided to hop into Elegoo Slicer, the slicing program he suggested over Orca Slicer. And I only adjusted a few settings like the Z contact distance, the layer height, and the style of infill, which seems to be the way that the pattern is laid inside the print. And after only 9 hours, we have another successful print. The differences aren't very dramatic, but I do notice the thinner layers on this print. And now I'm going to try using this liquid gold that I use on my resin stuff to fill in any of the fine little lines. This is probably going to take more than what I'm used to. So let's go back to work. The way that this glazing putty works is just like Bondo if you've ever used it. You mix it with a little bit of hardener and lay it on the surface and give that time to dry. It was a little bit thick for my liking, so I decided to thin it out and tried brushing it on. I let this sit overnight and, well, I probably should have added just a bit more hardener. It's a little tacky still, and that might create a problem when it comes to sanding. No. This surface is not sandable. It feels like it's covered in clay. You can kind of see how soft it is when I scrape it. This is not how I wanted this project to go. it just looks like a tiny crime scene. Poor wasted material. But I'm so glad I was able to get the wet putty off the ghost. Now let's give this another try. Let's hope we don't have that issue ever again. Why? Okay. That whole thing could have been avoided if I were just to mix just a bit more hardener. Let this be a lesson to you. Whatever you're using, make sure you use it right. I spent practically the whole day scraping putty off of this print. Now it's sitting over there waiting for what I hope is the last bit of sanding, and then I can move on to the final primer and hopefully some paint. I'm getting closer. I know I am. The sanding part of the process is very repetitive, but no matter how long it's gonna take me, I just wanna do it right. After all, this is my very first filament print. I set high expectations. And after going back and forth from coating it in putty and a bit more sanding, we can finally move on to getting everything covered in primer. My plan is to give it a really thick coat, and when it's all dry, see if any more work needs to be done. There were a few areas that needed to be touched up, some layer lines and a few scratches from scraping the putty off, so I got those all covered and had just a tad bit more sanding. I promise this is the very last of sanding. My favorite part, painting. We worked so hard just to get to this point. Wasted material, wasted days, so much scraping I can barely feel my fingertips. I think we deserve to just let it all go. And now I can wrap up this project, so cue the painting montage. Well, that project just kicked my ass. But I learned a few things along the way, like finally how to use this printer, and I even got familiar with the slicing software. So I'll take that as a win. And if you're curious about what I did with the other print, well, I used this one as a backup, but unfortunately that wet putty on here kept me from using it. But I got good news. It actually dried after 5 days. Before showing off my hard work, I want to shout out everyone for watching, and thanks to my Patreon members. If you'd like to print up a model just like Baby Floats, check that out. Oh, one other thing, when the video goes live for 24 hours, this guy's available up for auction. You can find all that info down below. All right, until the next video, it's time for the finished reveal.